Good afternoon. How are you doing? Today is Tuesday, and it is actually the last Transformation Tuesday that we will have um, of 2016. And as you know, I've been on this journey for now 4 years, and to me, transformation has a big meaning. And I want to share with you that today I have completed the fourth round of 30 days of core divorce. So I am excited. I am proud of myself that I followed my calendar. I didn't skip a workout, even through my 40th birthday, even through the Christmas holidays and all of the events that I was invited to. I was still able to show up and to be present. And that's one of the biggest things that I have noticed that has changed in my life. And I want to share that with you because some people think that transformation is perfect. That transformation is something that you one day wake up and your everything is changed. Everything in your life is completely, you like it's almost as if you turn on the switch and everything just poof changes. And it's not like that. There is a process. And I personally believe that transformation begins with a decision to change. And it's a decision that you have to make from a deep desire to no longer remain the same. So, if it makes a little bit of sense, when you reflect on your life and you look at where you are in the present moment and you're unhappy with your situation. So if you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like what you see, if you have a bad attitude and you're constantly yelling and that leaves you feeling remorse, and that leaves you feeling like, damn, I should not have exploded that way with my kids or with my husband. Or if you are constantly in a battle with your own emotions, like you're constantly either too happy or you're either too sad, and then you're dependent so much on other people to give you happiness. And you wish often that you were not like that. You wish that something would change inside of you, that you no longer would have this battle within. Then you get pissed off. You're like, whatever, like I gotta just do something and just this has to change. Something has to give. And when that time comes, when you get into that moment where you're like, that's it, I'm done. I no longer want to feel this way. That's when the decision to change happens. Because it's almost as if you have an inner conviction with yourself that you understand that change is not going to come with somebody else, that change is not going to be something you buy at a store, and that change is not something that you're going to have to flip up a switch. There's going to be small pieces of you that are going to have to change, and it's almost like you're going to replace the one bad behavior for a good behavior. And I feel that in the 4 years that I've been doing this, that's the biggest thing that has happened to me. I started off because I made a decision that I did not want to continue being the cranky mom that would come home tired, exhausted from work, yelling and tired because I was exhausted. So I was tired of being tired. And I knew that my fast, quick fixes were not getting me any further. They were actually moving me behind a few steps. Like I would do these quick diets and try to lose weight fast because I thought that that was the solution. But then when I stopped doing those quick fixes, I would gain all the weight back, and that pushed me back, and that made me feel depressed. I felt like I was always there for everybody, but I felt like nobody was really there for me. So I made a decision that I was going to change those things. And I started to make a small change, like I would make time for me. And every morning before the kids woke up and I had to go to my full-time job, I would get up and work out. And that little change of that workout in the basement of my home added hours of energy to my life. And it made me feel happy. And of course, I understood now how, hey guys, how are you? I get distracted when I start saying hello to people. So just know that I will say hello to all of you. Hi, Damari. Hi, Marianela. So having that little moment with myself and sweating out and feeling like I was doing something good for myself gave me those happy pill endorphins. So I felt happier and I would go to work in a happier mood and I would have more energy. So when I came back home, I would not be screaming so much. I would not be like yelling at my kids because something else. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Once I made a choice to change my health and my fitness, I joined a group, a support group, that it was a virtual group. And in that group, the first thing that my coach provided us was with something that we call personal development, which is books that, you listen to again, and their life, Kai Mariluz, and their life skills and things that apply not only to your health and your fitness, but also to your spiritual life. And it made me realize a lot of things that I was doing wrong. And again, that change started to happen because I made a decision I was not going to be the same. So those changes started to come into my head, and I started to, buenos días, neno, que Dios le bendiga a usted también. And I started to implement that. So little by little, my bad attitude started to change into a better attitude. And before I yelled and screamed at my kids, I would think to myself, how is that going to make them feel later? And little by little, that's how transformation starts to occur. So change, in my opinion, like you can look it up and there's many theories about change and stuff, but in my opinion, change starts with a decision that you no longer want to be the same person. And then you enter into what a process is. And you're not going to change overnight. The transformation starts in small doses because you can't, like, there's so many things that we have added onto our lives, bad habits, bad thoughts, bad like words, lies that we have believed, that it's almost like you take an onion and you have to start unpeeling. You have to start peeling that onion layer by layer. And the more you peel, the more you discover that needs to be changed. You know what I mean? So that's where the process of transformation comes to. And this morning I was reflecting on the fact that I'm not a finished product, and I don't want to be a finished product. And that's another piece that has changed in my life. I know that there are things that need to change. And you might say, but, you've changed your body completely. Like, you've changed your habits. Like, who does a 30-day program in the middle of her birthday month in December, Christmas, New Year's, all of the holidays that you can imagine? Who commits to doing something like that? A person who is tired of feeling tired, a person who knows what it feels like to be on a couch, feeling depressed and out of energy and just negative and complaining about life all the time. I was that person, and I don't ever want to go back to that. So I rather do the opposite, which is bringing life into my life and adding years into my days. So I know what that feels like. And I've decided, that my life had to like completely transform itself, and it started with the decision. And now as I move forward into next year, into 2017, my only thought is, what else can I work on making a better product? Like, what can I do in my life to improve? Like, I'm sure that there's places in my spiritual life that can be improved. I'm sure that there's places in my body that can be improved. I'm sure that there's places in my relationships with other people that can be improved. And I know that my finances can be improved. I know that the way that I approach life every single day of my days can be improved. So therefore, I am not a finished product. And here's where the big piece comes for a person who is a recovering perfectionist. I was a type A kind of person where everything in my life was planned. Everything from like the schedule, my kid's schedule, and if something threw me off, I was completely haywired. But I've learned that when you can't live life such in a structure, like organized, planned way. Yes, you have to have a plan of action of where you hope to be in the future. But if things steer you opposite, that doesn't mean you just need to throw everything up in the air and just say, forget it. I'm not meant to change, or I'm not meant to be on this journey. It's just meant for you to take a pause and reflect where you are. Really, Mariluz, go ahead and share what was your aha moment. So transformation comes, but we cannot expect for transformation to be a straight road. There's going to be curves, there's going to be bumps, there's going to be detours, there's going to be blocks, and you're going to have to learn to overcome them so that you can become stronger. So my message to you is, as you enter 2017, don't enter it a lo pelao. No say this in Spanish. Como vamos a entrar en el año nuevo y mucha gente está haciendo resoluciones para el año, y ya cuando venga el 2017 a la segunda semana ya se le ha olvidado lo que dijeron que iban a hacer. En vez, vamos a hacer un plan de un año y vamos a darnos la tregua de que vamos a cambiar, hacer la decisión de que vamos a cambiar algo en nuestra vida, y que todos los días, mientras va pasando el día, uno va a ir cambiando poquito a poco. No tiene que ser completamente un switch que vas a aprender y de la noche a la mañana vas a cambiar, sino que poquito a poco vas a darte cuenta de las cosas que necesitan cambio en tu vida. Y no nada más se tiene que reflejar en lo de afuera, porque realmente lo de afuera es un reflejo de lo que está pasando dentro de nuestras vidas, dentro de nuestro corazón. Muchas personas que viven falta de fe, falta de amor, falta de perdón, lo reflejan en el amor a la comida y la adicción a otras cosas como el alcohol y como el azúcar y como el chisme, lo reflejan en eso, y por eso viven su vida amargada. And I'll say this in English because it just came to me fresh from the spirit. So let's focus this year that is coming in as a time for us to make changes that will help us improve our lives, not with the switch that you're just going to say, I woke up like this. No, make it a change that it will happen step by step, a change that will be reflected not only on your outer body, because to be honest, your body is a reflection of what's happening on your insides. And most people are living life without love, without joy, without forgiveness, and therefore they live their lives dependent on substances like alcohol or sugar, or even gossiping against other people. And that's why in their lives they find so much complaint, and they find that they are, they're looking and bickering and pointing fingers at other people, but it's because they haven't taken time to reflect on their own personal selves. So therefore their lives is completely like, I can't do it, but it's because they're putting their eyes on somebody else and not so much on the inward change. So let's make a difference this coming year, and let's decide that it's going to be different. And it's not only going to be different in a month, just for the month of January, because who cares? Let everyone else in the world decide that they're going to change in January. I want you to decide that you're going to change for the full year, because every month you're going to go in with a different attitude, transforming yourself into a better version of you, not seeking to be the finished product, but to be a work in progress. Okay? So I hope this word touches your heart, and that if you don't have a plan coming into 2017 and you need an accountability and you need somebody to work with, and you're willing to change, because I'm not here to motivate, like how people say, oh, you motivate me and I wish I could have that from you. Like, I wish I could have the same thing as you. I don't want that. I want to basically walk side by side you and actually walk with you in your transformation process. I don't want to watch how you are inspired. I want you to be inspired and act upon your inspiration. That's my hope for 2017. I'm going to inspire people to act, to take action today, not tomorrow, to take action today. So if you have any questions for me on anything that I can help, any ideas that I can do to help improve your lives, I've decided that I'm going to share my journey with everyone and do exactly that. Inspire you into action. Because enough of all of these people who are bystanders, who are like watching everybody else move forward in life, and you. When is your movement gonna come? You know? Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Tonight. I'm already at night. Carolina, yeah, work and stress and being cranky are three of the things that I usually, when people say, when you think about quitting, think about why you started. And I can't tell you, like, if I had records of the stress level back 4 years ago, my stress level was very, very high. And I learned to defeat it. And most of it was, and I still continue to work on it, but most of it comes from up here and wanting to do things and be the one in control of everything. And honestly, that's never gonna happen. So Mariluz, my advice to you to learn to plan and organize and stick to this upcoming year, take a year's planner and start to jot down your goal for each year and do it now. Like in January, what do you hope to do in January? Like I already know in January I have a travel idea that I'm going to be going to, so I have a goal. By April, I'll be going to Punta Cana. So I know that between January and April, I need to focus on being in the best shape ever because I'm going to be going to the beach and I'm going to be wearing summer clothes and I'm going to be excited, So I'm going to focus on that. And then coming into the sun, break it up into brackets. And that way, if you write it from now, the little trigger points, when you open your planner starting 2017, it'll pop up and it'll be your reminder that that's something you need to work on. And baby steps are important. We cannot imagine making a life change, a life transformation in one leap. It's going to start by taking baby steps. First, you're going to change your health by adding some workouts. Then you're going to change your nutrition. Then you're going to change your mindset. And when you come to know, you're going to be the tool that helps other people transform. And then it's going to become a full-blown movement. All right? Love you guys. And yes, get your planner and let's get this going. I gotta let you go because I have my new family member who is working and I'm supposed to keep it private. So he's going to be doing his workouts soon. Love you guys and thank you for joining.